This week we're talking about launch. What to do during your launch that makes all the difference. Welcome back to the Inner China Show. This week I sat down with Peter Van Mol of Bambooty. They make MacBook casebacks and iPhone casebacks and other mobile casebacks made out of bamboo. And they also have some really sweet glasses as well. And I sat down and talked about their Kickstarter campaign where they raised 200% of their goal and are now running a successful e-commerce business with another campaign about to launch. We talked exactly what it takes to have a successful launch and what to do during those 30 days that you're on Kickstarter and how to maximize that time to the most benefit. So let's do it. So Peter, it comes to the point now where you're getting to hit start on the launch and get the product out there to the world. It's a very kind of freaky time for anybody launching a new product. But
yes,
once you've hit that start button, what are some of the actions that you should be considering during this launch phase?
of course, you should send out an email to all the mailings, all the emails you gathered during the pre-launch. That's a huge one because those are hot leads, actually. A second thing, which was very important to us, we activated our whole network. So our first day or the first hour, we reached out to our friends, made sure they were sharing our campaign, which obviously will boost the Kickstarter algorithm because you will have a lot of traffic going towards your campaign, and Kickstarter recognizes that, and it will rank your campaign higher in the ranking.
So for you guys, it was all about figuring out how to drive as much traffic as possible to your Kickstarter page.
Yeah, that on one hand, and on the other hand, we had some pre-sale set up, so we had some people that we knew were going to back our campaign, and we made sure that they backed it the first hour. Another huge thing, we had some companies that were interested in our product, so we talked with them pre-launch, so we knew that they were interested. And they were going to buy, so they were going to back our campaign. We were doing a crowdfunding for wooden skins, custom wooden skins. And so we had two to three companies that were ordering around 20 skins. And we made sure that they backed us the first hour. So we knew that we had a 10,000 euro goal or funding target, but we knew that we would hit the 5,000 mark, within 1 hour. So that was a huge one for momentum and also to get high in the Kickstarter ranking.
Yeah. And you reached that 5,000 within 1 hour.
Yeah, or let's say within 1 hour and a half.
That's really great.
Yeah, it was impressive, but we knew it was going to happen.
Right.
But from there on, you can build on that momentum, and it's really important to have that fast start.
Okay, and let me just cut in here real quick and ask, how long is this launch period? Like, how long did you run your campaign for?
We ran it for 30 days, but basically, it's up to you. If you want to cut it to 10 days, you can create a massive amount of scarcity, which can benefit you. But I'd say for crowdfunding in general, I'd take 30 days or more, depending on what your goal is. Do you just want to hit your funding target and reach your minimum order quantity to go into production? Or do you want to make as much money as possible during your launch? It depends on what your goal is.
What your goal is, yeah. So, okay, let's say, we've kind of talked about things to consider once you've hit start. And now you've hit start, But there's a lot that you can be doing for the next 30 days during, or the 10 days, or however you approach this launch period. What's kind of the 80/20 of things to be doing within the first kind of week of go live?
Let's say it would be, yeah, there are a couple of things, but one of the most important, besides activating your network, which was the most important thing that we did, is keep on pitching to bloggers and news outlets. So what we did pre-launch, again, we lined up an Excel sheet with all kinds of different bloggers, news outlets, influencers, and we kept on pitching them and making sure that there was a lot of traffic to our campaign, because that's the goal. You want to have as much traffic each day as possible to your campaign. So so it would be reaching out and keeping reaching out to bloggers. Besides that, it's important um, to keep being engaged with your backers and sending updates often.
Yeah. So, did you, was there, I know you mentioned that, you want to keep the momentum going and kind of snowball that momentum into more sales. Did you notice spikes in your campaign where there was certain points where there was a lot more sales than others?
Yes, but in our case, it was our first campaign, so it wasn't. We weren't. We weren't really successful in that way. We had a spike in the beginning, obviously, and then it went quickly down, and it stayed low, and then it spiked up a little bit at the end. But the thing is, we didn't do any Facebook advertising, and nowadays, for crowdfunding, those are really important. So what we learned from our previous campaign, we take with us, and we're building upon that for our next campaign. Uh, and we're building one now. So
Okay, and that's launching soon, right?
yeah, that's launching probably in October. Still got a lot of work to do, but like I said, we learned a lot from our first, and we're building upon that.
Right, doing the prep work now.
Yeah, so what we will be doing is running Facebook ads. We're tweaking our ads and our marketing until we know we have a positive ROI. And then we just, yeah, burn the gasoline, fuel it with money, make sure we have a lot of traffic each day, every day. Um, so that's the way.
The major thing that you keep hitting on is traffic. You want to keep sending as much traffic to your page as possible, and that's how you keep that sales velocity up over the long run on your
Yes.
project. You mentioned reaching out to bloggers. Were you doing that all at once, or did you kind of have like a schedule as to the life of the campaign, like how you were going to reach out to bloggers, news media, all of that stuff? Like, how did you
Yeah.
keep things going, that kind of traffic consistent over the time period of this like 30-day period?
Yeah, like I said in our previous campaign, we weren't really that successful on that part, because all the pitching to the bloggers we did pre-launch, and so we had that spike, and then we recognized that we were falling down. So we were like, "Damn, what should we do? What should we do?" We just we kept on pitching. So we didn't actually had a plan, uh, but there are other tools, like for example, kickbooster.me or .me. It's a referral program, where people can get you backers, and they get rewarded for it. So they get, for example, 10% commission for every sale they make for you. So that's a good way to keep traffic going. That way you can, for example, pitch bloggers with a huge following, so they can benefit from it. But our planning
Yeah,
or
so
sketched. It was a
initially,
little random. Was a little random.
yeah, so initially you had this idea. It's like, okay, we know that we need to have a pre-sales list. We know that we need to reach out to media, and you did it all at once in the beginning.
Yeah,
It paid off. You got that major push, and then you realize like, oh crap, we've got like 28 more days left. What do we do
yeah,
now?
indeed. So what we will be doing in the next campaign is keep on running those Facebook ads and keep on tweaking them. And a huge tip, which we haven't done, but we learned from other people, is what you can do during your crowdfunding campaign is ask Kickstarter for an in-between survey. So you say you want to start production earlier, and you have all those backers until then. You send them to that survey page where you capture their emails, and from all those emails, you can build the lookalike audience, which you can target with your Facebook ads, and that should be a huge. It's a golden nugget, like they
Yeah,
say.
that's a
It's a
really
huge
smart
tip.
tip right there. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. So, and you can build upon that, and yeah, it should give a high return on investment, the highest they I've noticed.
Right. You know what I like about this conversation is that, you ran a first campaign and you learned from the campaign, you know what the takeaways are, and you're like, okay, here's what we're going to implement in our next campaign. And
Yeah,
we'll have to get back together and do a follow-up video so that
for sure.
you can share exactly, okay, these are the things that we were thinking about doing. Here's when we implemented it, and like, wow, okay, this actually worked out as we had planned.
Yeah,
And
and a lot of those things I learned from Enter China. So it was a good move. You guys are doing great, by
yeah,
the way.
we always
It's
talk
awesome.
about the pre-sales list, right? And yeah, that's I mean
Yeah,
that was for my own campaign. That was the most significant key to the success that I had. So, and it sounds like
indeed.
the same for you guys as well.
Well, yeah, but we had the pre-sales list from our own network. We didn't. We had a landing page to capture emails, but we didn't. Um, we just had it shared, so we didn't drive paid traffic to it. So we just had like 100 email addresses,
Yeah,
which
before
is,
launch.
yeah, it's nothing. So there we were kind of unsuccessful as well, but then again, we learned from it, and we're building a huge list now, which will benefit us for sure.
And you're using the list building to test the Facebook ads and kind of what's
Exactly, to test the audience, the Facebook ads. So we will be A/B testing different copies, different images, different landing page structures to get our landing page right for conversion. And then what you get from that is all those people are hot leads, like I said. So those are, yeah, valuable potential customers, and you can build a lookalike audience from that
that
people.
list?
Yeah, from that list. But the more emails you have, the better for the lookalike audience. So that's why I gave the tip of a in-between survey during the Kickstarter.
That's pro tips right there.
That's one golden nugget.
Well, thanks, Peter. It's been great talking, and yeah, we'll have to do that follow-up video.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Luke.
Absolutely.
We should.